Yo, Sagittarius, welcome to Intuition Loading. I'm Kara T. Hawkins. I'm here for energy, which can be on people, places, circumstances, situations. Sagittarius, you are the ninth house, higher education, higher understanding, foreign affairs, and long distance travel. Make sure you look at your opposite, which is Gemini, which is communication, everyday education, like, elementary school, um, workshops and seminars, also short travels and errands, emails and text messages. It's about the people that are right around you, whereas Sagittarius is about the people who are at a distance here. Sagittarius also rules luck and good fortune because of its association with Neptune, which also co-rules Pisces. So y'all might want to check out Pisces and Virgo, that little square right there. So Sagittarius, Gemini, which also shares with Virgo, and then Pisces, which shares with Sagittarius, back again. So let's see what we have here. Quick energy update. As above, so below. Thank you so much. Thank you for covering us. Thank you so much. And just remember, again, pull those charts out. Look at the ninth house. Look at Sagittarius. Look at Gemini. Look at Virgo. Look at Pisces. Oh, let's do it. Coming out right away, you got the Knight of Swords here. A little bit in a rush here, a little hasty here. Even though this card is supposed to talk about being, on top of it here, he gives me more of a purpose, walking with purpose type energy. You know what I mean? He's definitely gonna get there. He's not going as slow as the Knight of Pentacles to me, but it's that I'm finna go up in here and talk to them type walk is what I'm getting here with this Sun, just telling me, in this sword up here with this Ace of Swords, that he has some type of higher elevation. The wings make me feel like, Sagittarius, you feel like you are guided to do something, say something, go somewhere right now, and it's being crossed over with the Eight of Cups here. So yes, there's motion here. Willing to take sacrifices, leave something on the table here. You see the moon is up. You see the sun is either setting or rising here. I feel like it's rising. You see how this is coming up off the clouds here? I feel like the sun has come up on something and you understand now. You could have just finished a dark night of the soul or a rough patch in your life, a not so great circumstance, because the moon is out here and he is rowing away here in the dark here. But again, I feel like the sun is coming up. So the sun is starting to shine. The dark is coming behind you. Behind you was the Nine of Disc here, Virgo energy. Remember, we just talked about that little square here. Independent, on your own, sixth house energy. So just doing what you need to do day to day to get by. Couldn't have been easy here. Even though this is the Nine of Disc here, the way she's touching this flower is giving me a Seven of Pentacles energy here. Proud of what's grown, proud of the outcome here, proud of the blossoming, the harvest here after something's been nurtured. This is a personal journey here with the Nine of Disc here that you're on. And now that you've been through what you've been through and you know what you know, you're coming out of the dark here and you're moving forward steadily. I do see that you are focused on understanding something from the past here. You could be coming to some type of conclusions or some type of silver lining right now, wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart here, as you move forward while you're in transit here on this boat. That vessel of transportation, as something's moving, you are sitting in that limbo time, that in-between time, and reflecting on why everything happened here, because it may not have been the best, may have not been the shortest time, but it feels good. Moving forward, here is the Ace of Wands here. Again, a new day is blooming. Look at that sun. Masculine energy, Mars energy activated, whether you're a male or female, whether this is a person, place, circumstance, or situation. You're definitely taking control of something here after you've been taking a back seat. Maybe you were benched, sidelined. You're definitely coming into a more main character type energy. As above, you do have the Eight of Disc here. So what Spirit is orchestrating is you've been through some lessons here. You've been around the block a few times here. You've perfected something here. You've learned some lessons, and on each one of these projects, you may have perfected a different skill set or a different task here to make you this dynamic energy here. The 8 goes to the 9. So now you're understanding here how great you are at something and how everything plays a part here. Maybe you are realizing that you have practiced skills that you did subconsciously. For instance, maybe I used to deliver phone books when I was younger. And when I delivered these phone books, I had to actually go up to the door, place the phone book on the door, and we had a clicker that took a satellite image so they would show that you were actually at the door, not just throwing the damn phone books out the window like newspapers, right? Well, later on, now in life, as a real estate broker, I really enjoy door knocking. I love knocking on the door and speaking, but to me, it just reminds me of when I had to go put out the phone books. You know, I wasn't scared to run up to their door then. Ding dong, knock knock, hey, phone book. You know what I mean? So I don't mind doing that now. I have my pamphlets. I go up to the door, I ding dong, I knock knock. Hey, brochure. I really like you. Who would have thought that I would make that correlation later on in life? That's what I'm seeing now. As you're sitting here looking back, you're like, you know what? I'm actually glad I got to do that because this wasn't so awkward. So below, you have the Knight of Cups here. Again, you're able to put yourself out. He's offering this up with confidence here. Look how straight his arm is. He's not like, you know, if he's like here, you know what I mean? So there's an affirming here because of the mastery that you've come through here. You have 2 8s out here as well. So this talks about sex, speed, communication, secrets, affairs, other people's money, Sagittarian energy, lessons, exposure. So again, there's something here that is just right out in the open for you here, okay? So you may have had a learning curve that has you kind of, again, benched, but at this point you are in the game, okay? How you feel about yourself? Look at you, Temperance energy. You are feeling yourself. You feel balanced out. You feel good here. You feel like you're being blessed here. You feel like nothing is for naught here. You're coming to terms with everything and how it's all weighing out here. I'm also feeling like you're coming to terms with, you know, again, silver lining energy, how negative things, no matter how negative, you can find something positive about everything. You just have to think about it. But you've mastered that. Mastering, being able to find the good in things. How other people view you, the Tower energy, Scorpionic energy here, Mars energy out here. People could feel like you are completely different. People could feel like you're completely crazy. Something else I just heard. Off your rocker. You're different here. You could be the exact opposite. You could be more peaceful than people remember here. You could have let some things go. I'm picking up on an energy that may have been quite combative in the past, that people are not used to being the one to settle disagreements or offer up reconciliations or apologies. This is new for you. This is making people feel like, wow, they've really been through something. They're different here. Again, you're able to see, even in these two, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. It's all about how you look at things, and people are realizing that something that would have taken someone else out is actually good for you. You turning out better. And then you have the Empress out here, Taurus is out here, Libra is out here. We'll see how you all are interacting out here. So with your majors out here, you have that something that you have went through has pushed you into comfort with who you are. The 8 of disc here with the Empress here. The 9 of this is loading the Empress. Well, the Empress is out here. They're corresponding on the board. They're corresponding. So in the past, what you went through, that personal journey, was so that you could sit down and be comfortable, abundant, to be reproductive. But you got that down pat with the 8 of disc here and the Empress. This is the transformation here. It feels good. This is when you see someone who's been through a drug addiction or a domestic abuse, or, you know, you see the other side of it. You see them on drugs and you see them struggling in rehab, and then you see them clean. And you like, good for you. That's amazing, you know? And it may have been that one time that you did your drug and said, oh, I am an addict. I need help. That changed your life, and we saw this, and maybe people pitied you or felt bad, but you're good now. You could have been in a long-term relationship, getting beat up, but you wouldn't leave. You had your reasons. And now people see you married, in a loving relationship, happy, and people are happy for you. But not only that, I feel like you're advocating for something here. You know what you know now. With this Knight of Cups and the Temperance here, you're willing to very boldly, very courageously offer up what you know and how you feel about different things here. Because you know both sides of the tracks here. Because you've been at one and perfected yourself up. And then there's this differentiation coming out here with the Seven of Wands. I'm not who I used to be. I'm not where I came from. I'm not what I look like. You. Oh, good for you, Sag. Wherever you have this in your chart, definitely check out Gemini. This is this is a spiritual intervention. And I always tell people to look across the chart for advice or, advice, direction, or background information and data. And this tells me that Gemini is going to appreciate that intervention because this is what they are going to end up at. This is the advice. Go through that intervention, accept it so you can come out on this side of the train tracks. And if you are in this Sagittarius energy, then you could literally have had to detach from someone who needed an intervention. You just came from that intervention. So I see some people are going into it, some people are coming out, but it balances out. That's why there was an intervention needed, so that you could be here. I just heard preaching the gospel, showing people that you don't have to be that. I just saw a gnat. I don't see them hardly at all, but when I do see any type of pest, a spider, a roach, a gnat, or anything during a reading, I do think of spiritual warfare. So there could be people saying negative things, praying on your downfall, not happy for you. Make sure you cleanse, make sure you pray and talk to God, make sure you stay grounded, make sure you remember that what this energy says here, that you came from this and you went to that nothing lasts forever, that all journeys and ventures, Sagittarius, foreign travel starts with a single step. Remember that as people try to attack you here. Again, this is loving of self, learning self, knowing self, and that's something that Gemini needed to do. And this is why. Whew. This is amazing. This is amazing. I didn't have anything that I felt like I needed to clarify. I'll look at this Seven of Wands real quick, but this is definitely just, I really don't need to look at it. I will, I guess, because it's just this energy. Yeah, with the Lovers here, Gemini here. There's levels to this. There's hierarchy to this here. With the Three of Discs here, working together, building together here. Gemini had an issue here where they had a God complex. But you see here, there's homage being paid to the masculine, to the feminine to the what? Universe. The guides, and then to the everything. I don't think a lot of people caught that either. The masculine to the feminine to the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and then they even have a higher up. There's no, we made a word for God. God in African tribal, like I was going to say antique African cultures, they don't have a word for God. He's everything and nothing at the same time. That's how they describe God. How can you give everything and nothing a name? But that's funny because that's what this depicts. We got our ancestors, our spirit guides, our angels, and then they have a higher up. That higher up is everything and nothing at the same time. You know what I mean? So I said I was going to do that Seven of Wands. I'm really... Why is the Seven of Wands out here for Sagittarius energy? I'm really blown away at just seeing that out here. Why was the Seven of Wands out here then, Spirit? You have the Ten of Swords in reverse here. So there is some level of anxiety out here. I feel like don't get caught up in, again, you not feeling worthy of the growth that you've experienced here. And then you got the Six of Cups in reverse, which is the Five of Cups, living in the past here. And you got the Eight of Cups in reverse, which is the Seven of Cups. Not sure if you've redeemed yourself quite enough. constantly having to differentiate your old self from your new self, and at the same time being everything and nothing at the same time. Staying grounded here, not feeling like, well, I can't talk because I used to be an addict. I can't talk because I was in the, I stayed for this long. You can talk. It's all about perspective. Perspective is power. So it looks like what you're going to have to deal with is not necessarily other people, but you versus you. You not forgetting that when someone does turn their nose up at you, you being able to say, I completely understand. That's fine. Seven of Swords out here with the Ten of Cups. With Ten of Cups on the bottom. So again, not being in denial, not lying to yourself, not feeling like you have to hide anything about yourself to your family, from your family. You know what I mean? Being able to integrate, mix, and mingle everything. Being accepted in its entirety starts with you accepting yourself in its entirety. Let's see how you're interacting with the rest of the energy here. You got the Star. With the rest of the energies here. So I am looking at energies, but I'm also heavily looking at I'm looking at the energies of the planets. Pisces and Sagittarius, Virgo. Okay. No, these are supposed to be here. Just seeing how you're interacting with these different energies. Remember, each planet has a function. So that's really what I'm looking at. How the energy is functioning. Okay. As above, so below for Sagittarius. And I think I'm done for today. I feel good with the readings. Gemini and Virgo been plaguing me. And we started with Sagittarius, which gave beautiful energy. So let's see here. So Aries, the eternal child out here. So with this Mars function here, the action that you're taking is to nurture yourself, love yourself, heal your inner child, your Chiron here. Libra out here, which is the shaman here. Having that karma, the silver lining energy is what I'm picking up with this. The love and money energy with the shaman here. Understanding like the higher purpose of it all. Finding the silver lining, the justice, the evenness, and the balance between what's happening to you and how you fit into a bigger scales. More Martian energy, please, with the Scorpionic energy. What's being changed? The desert here. You feeling empty here. Because you're taking action to heal that inner child here. Taking action to transform, filling this void here. Because you're realizing that everything happens for a reason with this Sagittarius energy. And Taurus, you have the Father here. Second house energy, assets, makes sense here. Also love and money here with the Father here. You're realizing what you do have and what you don't have. And the things that you have that people can't see is something else that I'm hearing. Understanding why you needed to experience things and then let it go. Why you needed to hold it and say, oh, nah. This is a little heavier than I thought. Never mind. Don't touch that, kids. You know what I mean? So it's again with this Sagittarius energy, you transforming and taking action towards healing your inner child, because now you realize, you know, what all of it meant together, you know, finding that silver lining here and why you had to have and not have things and how it played out all together. The lesson that you're learning is around the poet. I believe this is how you talk to yourself. How, again, perspective with the poet, it speaks a lot in different like analogies, you know what I mean? And different rhythms. And a lot of time our cadence can, you know, set the mood, the tone. And sometimes we may not remember the whole poem, but we'll remember a piece, because it was soothing or relatable or was, you know, traumatic, and it kind of punched us in the heart chakra. So with this Capricorn energy, I believe that you're learning, you could be learning from a Capricorn or just from the Sagittarian energy, that it's all about what you tell yourself. Your power is in your words, and it's the lesson behind your perspective of things. You can tell yourself that you were a victim and that God was punishing you and that you have bad luck. Or you can tell yourself that you are a martyr and you came to suffer to learn on behalf of others so that you can teach and heal. It depends on what you want to say here. Cancer energy, which is the opposite of this lesson here, the bardo. You're in this purgatory, this in-between energy here where something's not dead nor alive here. Really taking a look at yourself. It looks like an eye pupil here with all these different situations that transpired, ED past tense, because it has been, you got this death energy out here, which is the desert here. It's no longer here. Learning that you could be the last of something, the last of a family. You could have lost someone with the Sagittarius energy here, or you could literally be the black sheep here, but you're finding that you're not alone here. This is what you're healing around your fourth house, your genetics, your ancestral code here. This could be something you're learning from, again, your maternal instinct here. You could have felt like a middle child syndrome, whether you're the middle child or not. So I feel like you're healing this. You're learning that you could tell yourself that, or you could tell yourself that, hey, this took place because of that. You know, remembering things differently. With the Virgo energy, your day-to-day here, you have the healer. So again, you're literally actively participating out here with taking care of yourself and doing right by yourself. And that Piscean energy has the womb. Neptune energy out here. More Neptune and more Mercury, please. Make this make sense, please. You have the King out here. So with the Mercury energy here, you're realizing that you have the resources and the power, the authority to heal yourself. And with this Neptunian energy out here, with the stone in the womb out here, I feel like that's an illusion here. That's what you're realizing. It's an illusion here that what you were taught, how you were born, what community you in is the end of your story. And you're actively working on yourself, reinventing yourself, telling yourself some different things, going back and healing yourself, giving yourself the love that you feel like you didn't get in your home with the fourth house energy out here. And then also at the same time, repositioning your memories and your experiences in a way that benefits you instead of takes away. With Aquarius here, this is Uranus and Saturn, the threshold here. You are realizing, again, you have the power to heal yourself, to shake things up here. It's all about your perspective here. And you're giving main character energy, like you're going through all these trials and tribulations and you're winning on behalf of, and you're defeating all of these environmental circumstances and variables, all of these energies, whether they showed up in the form of friends or family or just strangers that took away from you and helped you suppress yourself. You're now looking at them like video game energy, like little battles, and you're like, defeated this level. You're having to go back in and detach from that. Detached from victim energy, someone's gonna save you. You're shaking things up and learning that you can bust through any door that you want. You have that ability. And then you have Leo, the sun, what's being brought to us, the gem, the unseen, and the vessel. What's shining right in your face here with the sun energy, what you're orbiting is the fact that you are loved, you are blessed, you are beautiful, you are purposeful. And that you are not what you came from with this vessel energy here. You're just the vessel of a beautiful soul. And you can see that now. You don't know how you missed it. The vow on the bottom of the deck here. This is a promise to self. This is just outrageously screaming, hollering, beautiful. Like it feels like a dream. If anybody can do it, I'm feeling like this energy can. Wherever you have this in your chart, check it out. Again, make sure you look at Virgo, Gemini, Pisces. I'll do Pisces next to see where this energy came from and what direction it's taken. But this is amazing here. This is beautiful. This is not about a person or a birthday. It's about an energy that can be embodied, residue that can be left. You go to these ancient ritual shrines and sites and you feel it. They have an energy. I'm so proud to hear some of my friends just chit-chatting, and I hear them talking on the phone, and they're out the grocery store or they're out at work, and they're like, "Hey, are you a Gemini?" They like, "Yeah." And it's like, I could tell. I could hear it. That's what I'm talking about. They're starting to recognize energy. God bless. They're like, "Oh no, I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is opposite of Gemini. I was close enough." Exactly. Or you're a high vibing Gemini because you're sounding like Sagittarius. Or, hey, you're a low vibing Sagittarius. What's going on? Because you sound like you're in Gemini's energy and they wasn't doing so hot. That's beautiful. I feel really good about it. What's the advice for this Sagittarius energy. September is out here, Virgo energy. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding with you will be taken care of in difficult times. So if you look across your chart at at Gemini, you'll see that their reading was called spiritual intervention. But also Gemini shares energy with Virgo. And if you look over at Virgo, let me see if I can see it on here. You can't see it. Virgo's energy is where your backstory is going to be. With this September out here, it could be Libra, but I'm picking up Virgo. And then you see the spiritual development and you'll be taken care of in difficult times. That's how I feel. This is what you're developing. This is what you're learning here. And it's because of the Virgo function, which you had the healer out here. And Gemini is the king out here. Earth energy for me in this deck. So this is giving Virgo energy, and it's basically saying that you are the authority over your healing. Why? Oh, I remember. Virgo energies had to get caught in a bad situation to figure out who was there for them and how they were leaning on the love of others so willingly, so openly, so blindly because they had a void. So definitely, it's telling me your advice is to go watch the Virgo reading. And don't forget to look across the chart. And the opposite of Virgo is Pisces, which I'll do tomorrow. And this little square will be complete. I don't do personals, but y'all can hit me on Instagram at Kiara T. Hawkins. And just, we'll chop it up in the inbox. I just be cooling now. But I love y'all. And until we meet again, keep growing. Thank you for this energy. Please keep it going.